Hey guys, Casual Crono here. I was fortunate enough to pull Alter Shanie once I switch over in her Stellar Awakened form. So that has brought a few thoughts to mind. She seems like a tank, and she seems to be a tank that might be a little bit more squishy than Soira, however, improving the damage of the rest of the party, which I've been very content with my party, so I haven't really felt the need to mix it up any. However, I do have Melpiphia at level 80, just sitting around not doing anything. So I have Sesta, who's pretty much a given for any wind team. I have Melody versus Suzette, because both can reawaken the wind zone multiple times, so you need at least one of them on the team. I have Yipha and Melpiphia, and I have Soira and Shanie. So I have a lot of options to play with, so I thought it might be kind of fun to spend some time and really explore maybe what the general best combination is. And yes, I realize it really is dependent on the boss and what the boss tries to do to me. If there's some status effects, Melpiphia's Stellar Awakened form might be better, raw damage, Soira might be better, I don't know, but what we're going to do is just kind of play around and go with what team can make the most damage. So to do this, I've unequipped Sesta with her gear. My thought process being that hopefully she still won't kill the test dummy, and that's a big if, but we can at least see from the test dummy numbers maybe what combination might prove to be the best. So we're going to start with my team that I've had for a while. I usually use Sesta, Melody, Yipha, and Soira. This is one of those videos that's just going to be kind of more technical in nature. I'm going to do a bunch of tests on the test dummy, maybe on some super bosses once I kind of am ready to test that part of it. So if you don't like long, boring, number crunching type videos, don't watch this one. Skip it. It's okay. I don't mind. I won't know. So we're good. So with that said, we are going to go ahead and get started. In a typical super boss fight, Sesta would Twin Blade Wolf. I would spend the first turn casting Pain. Usually the first turn I would spend casting defenses with the other two.
Blessings upon you. Listen, these are the cries of the voiceless.
Jeez, unequipped Soira's going to kill that thing, isn't she? We're going to have to find something other than this test dummy to use. Alright, so, second turn. We would normally Twin Blade Wolf again. At this point, normally I either Magical Smash or Dark Drill. Magical Smash improves my critical damage. Dark Drill reduces wind resistance. So it's kind of an either-or situation. If there's a barrier, sometimes I'll use Dark Drill because it hits 3 times versus Magical Smash hitting once. But for the purposes of this test dummy, which will probably not last much longer, we'll go ahead and do Magical Smash. It lasts 3 turns, so its effect should last the rest of the fight. At this point now, I would Faith Sesta, and I would start my Floor Breeze stacks.
Blessings upon you.
Now another thing to note, Melody restores my mana. I'm not really sure, I haven't played with Melpiphia enough, but I don't think any of the others do, so that is, if it's a long drawn out fight, I might favor Melody AS. She's totally gonna kill this dummy. Alright, Dark Drill would be third, but knocked would be next, and at this point I'm still just floor breezing it. But Noct should go first, because it's preemptive.
Listen. These are the cries of the voiceless.
Alright,
Phew, good job. I mean,
Whatever, dudes.
so in the middle of turn 3, an unequipped Sesta destroyed that thing. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's an easy boss out there that won't kill me. Oh well. Or maybe we should just, instead of using Twin Blade, maybe we should just use Crusher Blow a bunch of times. I'm trying to stay as true to her as possible, so I left the pains on. Well, let's just say the middle of turn 3. We'll just kind of do timing. So let's swap out Soira first of all for Shanie as the tank. Now, a couple of differences here. Alter Shanie is Stellar Awakened. She has a lot more stats, including hit points, that Soira does not have access to. As far as gear, we would use the same gear that Soira has. We would use the Grace Armlet to improve her luck. And I have on Soira 2 stats badges because Soira has over 120. Shanie only has 1 stats badge. And otherwise, I always gear towards health. So right now, Shanie has 6,500 health. Soira, when I had her equipped, had 8,100 health. So just health-wise, Soira has more raw health. And Soira's skill, Foi Sincere, gives her a shield based on her health. So she effectively has 1,600 health before she dies. And with the Grace Armlet, her luck is 330. Whereas Shanie's luck right now is 298. Now, fully awakened, there's still 10 more points of luck I can get from the Stellar board. And then if I ever actually got her shadow to the same point and I could equip a stats badge, that would give me 308 plus 20, 328. So luck-wise, they're pretty much identical if I could open up that. As far as weapons, I always use a Void Lance because it has a 100% crit rate on Soira, so I gave Shanie a Void Hammer, same crit rate. Now Shanie has a few interesting skills. First of all, she's going to automatically cast Fated Love at the start of the fight. And it seems to go to, it says it goes to the frontline slot to the user's right. Well, there's no one to her right. She's as far right as it gets. And I've noticed that it puts it on Sesta. So I guess if there's no one to your right, then it just puts it on the first person in the lineup. So Sesta is going to benefit from Thorn Wedge. And what Thorn Wedge does, it applies overcritical, it boosts resistance. Overcritical, apparently, if you have a 100% critical rating, you do double damage. If you have overcritical, if you have like a 200% critical rating, every so often you'll do more than 100% of damage. I don't think it's 200% damage. From what the wiki says right now, overcritical basically says the further you get past 100%, the more often you overcritical. And I've noticed that the numbers look kind of orangish when she overcrits. The wiki seems to think that it will be you'll overcritical all the time once you hit 1000% critical rating. However, I already see a lot of orange just from general attacking and hitting about 200%. So I'm not sure if the wiki is correct as of right now. It wouldn't surprise me if it's like you overcritical all the time and do that extra damage if your critical rating's like 300% or 400%, maybe 500%, something like that. Anyway, Soira can reduce power and intellect with her voice and floor breeze attack. Alter Shanie has to counterattack to reduce enemies' powers. So if she's not counterattacking, like if she's stunned or something, she's not applying a power and int reduction. Both of them stack, so both of them can basically reduce power and intellect. The Fated Love basically does all that stuff. Her Toadstreb reduces wind resistance, which Soira does not reduce wind resistance. If you Stellar Burst, I can grant Barrier Pierce to the person with Thorn Wedge. Well, that part doesn't matter because it's Sesta. She already has Barrier Piercing built into her skill, so I don't care so much about that part of it. And then Malediction, it's preemptive. Critical damage of all party members goes up. Damage of all party members with weapon types goes up. And for the person with Thorn Wedge, instead of 25%, it's 50%, and Link is granted, which basically seems to do an extra wind type attack. If Alter Shanie's hit points, strength increase attacking allies. Okay, so if Sesta's hit points start dropping, the extra attack from Link gets stronger and stronger. So that's the ones I'm using. I kind of like Cling Together as well. It inflicts rage and it's persistent, and it ignores target resistance. So hit Cling Together once and the enemy will always attack you. However, at battle start, she also inflicts rage. So unless something, like if a boss loses a life, and clears all buffs, unless something like that happens, rage should be on pretty much the entire fight. Anyway, so I have geared Alter Shanie to be similar to how I would gear Soira. And instead of 8100 health, I have 6500 health. Now, I don't have the special Grasta for Shanie yet, and it's certainly not going to be a true special Grasta anytime soon. And that's where Soira gets 900 of her health. So it's really more like 7500 versus 6500 health. And Soira does have a lot more light points. So everything else is the same. Let's see if Sesta can kill the big baddie in less than 2.5 turns. You saw the little heart thing appear around Sesta and Shanie. So that's that Fated Love effect. And it lasts for only 3 turns, so I have to reapply it every so often. Now, something else that this effect does, 1/4 of Shanie's luck is added to all of Sesta's stats. So her luck was very close to 300. So, and this 200, 300, 400, that Fated Love is like, there's like 3 types of that skill. There's like the low level, then you do some character quests to get the medium level, and then you finish the character quests and you get the highest level. That's what that 200, 300, and 400 is for. If you use the lowest level, it caps at 200. If you do the medium level one, it caps at 300, and the current one caps at 400. So once Shanie hits 400 luck, 1/4 of all those stats, so 100 points of that luck, because that's 1/4 of 400, will be added to everything on her. So 100 power, 100 endurance, 100 speed, and spirit. So right now we have close to 300. 1/4 of 300 is what, like 75? 75, 150? Yeah, pretty much. So right now, without me doing anything, she already has 75 more power than what she did before. So we're going to do the same thing as before. We're going to Depravity, because that's what I would always do. Athdaucus, because that's what I would always do. She's good at Twin Blade. Fated Love has already been cast, so I have a choice of this Malediction or Toadstreb. So I can either reduce wind resistance, or I could improve critical damage. So both last 3 turns, but one gives me Link. So let's go ahead and start with that one.
Blessings upon you.
Alright.
These are the cries of the voiceless.
That orange number. Wow. Big baddie already died. Well, that orange number that you saw on the final hit, that's that overcritical. So that number wouldn't have been as high if it had been someone else. So right off the bat, let's do one more test of that. I was not expecting that, so that went kind of fast even for me. So there's the Fated Love thing. We're going to do Malediction again, Depravity to set Pain, and Twin Blade. Remember, Sesta is not equipped with anything. And normally first turn we would do Athdaucus. Faith would be really fun too, because Faith would put like another 100 plus stats on top of the 75 stats that she's already getting from Shanie, which would make her absolutely ridiculous, I think, if she actually had a weapon. Alright, let's look. That looks about the same. That looks about the same. Yep. With the Link and the overcritical, she's able to do basically 1 billion in damage on the very first turn. Okay, so, right off the bat, one simple conclusion. Between Soira and Shanie, Shanie definitely improves the damage of Sesta. And probably the rest of the team too, but particularly Sesta with the, I want to say Tainted Love. You know, me in my 80s days, Fated Love. So, as far as back row Grasta, I have my usual back row Grasta. Just in case there's any question about all the gear I'm using, and I have Tetra Guns with the Soothing Bell. Guns doesn't really matter, but he has the Thundercrack necklace. So, alright. So, that's good. Let's see now what happens if we swap out... let's get the wind going. Instead of Yipha, what if we used Melpiphia? Melpiphia, where's her skills? She has Future Sight Get 'em. And it's preemptive. It improves party's power, int, speed, and weapon damage by 50%. And it does, let's see, it lasts for 5 turns, basically. Now, Benacht Biwa does the same thing, but it only lasts basically that 1 turn. But Benacht will also bump up to 100% on the character that has Faith. So, you know, keep that in mind. Healy's 500. Whoops. Well, Super Duper Slice simply reduces power and int and inflicts wind break. And Healy's heals the team. So let's see if Melpiphia's Prayer is better than Yipha.
Why am I always being attacked?
So we're going to use Future Sight Get 'em, Malediction, Depravity, and Twin Blade.
Listen. These are the cries of
I can see a visible difference. I see some 600,000s and a 350,000.
Here, right?
Now let's swap back to Yipha. And we will have to do this in a 2-turn fashion. Well, actually, we'll just do it both ways. We'll do Benactibua immediately, and then we'll do a Faith, and then a Benactibua.
Simply take my hand.
So 600 million, 600 million, and 300 something million. We're looking at about 1.5 billion. Okay, we're going to Benact, Malediction, Depravity, and Twinblade. And the last hits. That was a lot of numbers all at once. I saw a 4, I thought I saw a 6, and I think I saw a 9. I didn't think about the overcritical. So that might have been basically a 6, 6, and 4, but the overcritical made it more than a 4. I'll have to look back at the video and see what the total damage was with that. So in fact, that's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and I'll look at the video in editing, and I'll post the total damage. So now, how's our mana looking? Okay, we can go one more.
Why am I always being attacked?
First turn, we're not going to do anything. We're going to... Let's just Sky Mirror. We cast that as part of the sequence anyway. Depravity. We're going to Faith. Sesta. And we've already cast Fated Love, so we're just going to Hammer Slam. So we don't actually really do anything. Alright, so now Sesta has Faith. So Sesta's power has already been increased by around 120 because it's a portion of Yipha's spirit. And if we cast Benact now, her type attack is going to go up by 100%, and the buff effects are all going to basically go up to 100%. And it's preemptive, so it should go first. We'll go ahead and cast Depravity again, and Malediction, because that's kind of the rotation we did before, and this time we'll Twinblade. So is this going to do more than Melpiphia? Oh yeah. No question there. It was a 1.5, 700 million. Alright, so Melpiphia, while good at buffing the whole team, if I just need Sesta to do more damage, Yipha is going to win out big time on that one. So I like Yipha. I like Shanie. So then the question becomes Melody versus Suzette. And I'm thinking... Now, Suzette's stellar board is mostly awakened as well. She's missing out on some health and mana. But otherwise, she has everything. And she has power of poisons, so that way she can contribute to the damage. Suzette's skills, her demonic thrust reduces power and intellect for 5 turns by 40%. And her pain is persistent. Bolt of Bahamut allows her in her Stellar Burst to redeploy Awakened Wind King's stance. And it's a barrier piercing attack as well. So I would have 2 barrier piercers if I use Suzette. If I use Melpiphia, if I use Melody, she does not have barrier piercing, but she heals the team at the end of the turn. And with the other group, I don't have a healer. So, and the pain poison only lasts for 3 turns with her, where it's persistent with Suzette. So I think Suzette would be better in short bursts, whereas Melody would be better in a longer fight. That's kind of the philosophy I've been working with, so... I almost don't want a twin blade. Let's just crush her. Depravity. And let's just go with defenses for now and malediction. Alright, Crusher did, what, like 300,000 damage? Kind of look like. But here, I'm getting my mana back and my health back. Alright, Shanie also takes damage in exchange, I believe, for a barrier, if I remember right. It reduces damage one time by 50%. She has 3 turns left of cover, whereas Noblesse Oblige I can use as often as I want. It's gonna be fun, but I think overall Shanie will probably be a little bit better than Soira. Alright, well, let's just try this wind resistance now. Alright, so let's Binoct, Magical Smash, and Crusher Blow. 3 and 400,000s. Three turns left. So does that mean I have 1 turn left of that love thing? Looks like maybe 2 turns left. This is really the first I've started working with Alter Shanie, so it has 3 turns, but it was automatically cast at the first, so. Well, the wind resistance debuff stacks, so I guess let's keep doing that. Crusher Blow, Dark Drill, which Dark Drill also reduces wind resistance. And let's just keep Benocting. 600,000s. Alright, it's the last turn of those debuffs, which came from, was it malediction? Damage? Nope. No. Well, either way, we probably need to recast Fated Love in a real fight because it's been 3 turns now. Which means same thing for this. Depravity is this, so yeah, this is the last turn of Depravity, so we'll use that. And Crusher Blow.
Blessings upon you.
3 and 400,000s again. And we'll go back to Binoct again. And I guess let's Fated Love? Why not? Let's actually let's Toadstream and do 1 more stack of that. Dark Drill and Crusher Blow.
How's this?
Alright, looks like her damage definitely drops a lot when that Fated Love disappears, so what, 90 million? I think it's about time to run back to the inn and heal up. Alright, so let's see if we can find a good rotation for Sesta and this group, because I'm kind of thinking for a long-term fight I really want to get my mana back, and Suzette's not going to do that. So Let's remove the back row characters so we can actually twin blade for real. And let's try this. Alright, let's see if that status appears and can tell us exactly how many turns left there is. Over critical turns left 4. And nothing else. Anything on her? The cover and over critical turns left 4. Counterattack turns left 4. But it does say Fated Love is only 3 turns. So why would it be 4 turns left if it only lasts for 3 turns? That part doesn't make sense to me. Maybe there's something in her passives that say something like maybe a stellar thing gives an extra 2 turns or something, but I don't know. Okay, well, so if we want this team to do a lot of damage right away, we want to Faith Sesta. We want to Malediction to get the link effect and to improve critical damage. We'll want to Depravity because we need that pain, and we'll Twin Blade Wolf. Now this damage is without Faith.
Blessings upon you.
So here on turn 2, we have the Fated Love, we have the Malediction, so we're going to do the Toad thing and reduce wind resistance. She's going to be knocked, and that will increase Sesta's damage tremendously. We can either Magical Smash or Dark Drill. Let's Magical Smash for the crit damage, and we'll Twin Blade. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay. So the question is, if we skip Athdaucus on Yipha on the first turn, is that lack of defense really going to cause Alter Shanie to die quicker? Because remember, she doesn't have as much health as Soira, and she self-damages. So we definitely need healing, which Melody can provide. Melpiphia can provide healing too, but Yipha definitely seems to do, or makes Sesta do more damage than Melpiphia. So I kind of like this combination, so we need to go test this on some bosses. Alright, where is Azami and Katana? Let's go all the way to the end. Tome. Okay, sidekick's good. Technically, we do have healing from Tetra, but still no mana regen. Alright. What boss should we attempt? Y'all have any ideas? Post them below while I think of something to go beat up. And do we want power? Do we want vitality badge? Decisions as well. Let's try the vitality badge. Actually, let's go ahead and try the power. Best I have is a plus 40. Alright, so we are fully decked out. Yes. 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 Alright. Let's go find something to beat up. I suddenly had one additional thought I wanted just to test before we run off and fight things. So, Yipha, her faith takes her spirit, divides it in half, and those stats are applied to the character. So half of this is about 138. That means if I faith Sesta, she gains 138 power, and thus 138 attack power. And of course she gains 138 in everything else: endurance, spirit, luck, and speed, and intelligence. Shanie, her skill, if I give 138 luck to Shanie, that would put her over 400, which means when she casts Fated Love, 25%, 1/4 of it, goes to Sesta. Right now, 1/4 of 300, 298 specifically, divided by 4, I have a calculator up. It's going to be either 74 or 75. I don't know if it's going to round up or down. Let's just say 74. If I cast Faith on Shanie, I'll get the full 100. Or I'll get her luck and everything, endurance, spirit, are all going to jump up 138 points. And then 298 plus 138, her luck would become 436. And 1/4 of that hits that cap, so instead of 74 points of power, she would give full 100 to Sesta. Now, I know that right now, 74 from Shanie and 138 from Yipha is almost 200 in power. Or if Yipha faiths Shanie, Shanie would give 100 to Sesta, but Shanie would be a lot more unkillable as well, with an extra 138 points of endurance and spirit, not to mention her critical guard benefits from luck. Now, that would do really well with her. And Athdalkis would give her a shield as well. So let's see what the damage difference is. And we'll just use Crusher Blow so we don't kill the thing. Let's go ahead and unequip. Basically, I see a little bit of flexibility. If I faith Shanie, I'll have a lot more defenses, but Sesta won't be as strong. If I faith Sesta, Sesta will be obviously a lot stronger, but Shanie will be a little bit easier to kill. So let's just see what the difference is. So let's see. She's not equipped with anything. We're going to use Crusher Blow. And we have her equipped with everything we need. Okay. So I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about if I'm not making much sense. Like, I can visualize it in my head, but it doesn't mean I'm translating it well. Alright, so we're going to Crusher Blow and Depravity. We're going to Faith Sesta. And we're going to continue just doing what we're doing. Fated Love was automatically cast, so Malediction would be next. Alright, Sesta now has an extra 138 points on all of her stats. We're going to continue to Crusher Blow, Magical Smash, Benoct, and reduce wind resistance. We'll do another stack, another Benoct, Dark Drill, Crusher Blow.
Testify. Move.
So basically what's going on, I'm getting 1/4 of Shanie's luck, which 1/4 is about 75 points added to all stats, and half of Yipha's spirit, except are being added to all stats except HP and MP. So between the two of them, 74 from here, 138 from here, she's gaining an extra 200 power. And then of course, it's boosted even further. Allies with Promised Blessing, Melpiphia is improving them even more. If I cast Athdalkis, I would give a shield to Sesta. So anyway, let's go ahead and wrap this up. We're going to do Crusher Blow, reapply Depravity, reapply that, and at this point we need to probably do Fated Love again too. And final turn. Crusher Blow, Magical Smash, because that's only 3 turns as well. Knocked again, and Malediction. Alright, so the grand total is 283 million in damage. Now we're basically going to do the same thing, except this time around we are going to Faith Shanie. How's my mana? Good enough.
May heaven's mercy guide us.
Now we know that the damage is going to be lower, but let's just see how much lower. Crusher Blow, Depravity, we're going to Faith Shanie, and Shanie is going to now have a lot more in stats. But that also means her Fated Love is going to give a full 100 points of power instead of 74 to Sesta. It doesn't make up for the loss of 138 power, 138 from her, or basically only 25 more from her. But it does make Shanie a lot more unkillable. And I am kind of curious if it's like a real-time thing. Like, she already cast... I'll wait for this to end. Fated Love was already cast. Now that her stats have changed, does that automatically update in Sesta, or do I have to recast Fated Love? I don't know. So we're just going to do the same pattern as last time. We're going to Crusher Blow, Magical Smash. We're going to start Benocting. And we've cast both of those, so we'll work in a Toad Strib. And remember, while Sesta's not doing as much damage, because of the boost in power, Shanie is doing more damage. Sesta, of course, is better at doing damage, but Dark Drill, Benocked, one more Toad Strib. Alright, turn 4, we need to start redoing the buffs that only lasted 3 turns. So we're going to Depravity. She continues to be knocked. We will Fated Love and Crusher Blow.
How's this? Stomp.
Alright, final turn. No more wind zone. Crusher blow. We did depravity, so magical smash would be next. Been knocked. And we did faded love, so malediction would be next, I believe. I definitely don't think that's 238 million. We knew it was going to be less, but I was curious how much less. 118, so basically half. So I guess in situations where you really need to make sure that Alter Shanie lives, you would faith Alter Shanie. But if pretty much given the choice, faithing Sesta is definitely going to probably more than double your output when you start considering like Twin Blade Wolf multipliers and everything. So, I mean, I kind of knew that was going to be the result, but you never really know for sure until you test. So, okay, thanks for putting up with that little, thanks for indulging me on that test. I was looking through the super boss list and I noticed the Warped Final Calamity. All 4 characters have to have the same personality type, so we have to have a wind team. And it only can be fire, water, wind, and earth. I can't use a crystal team or thunder team, anything like that. And there is an HP stopper, there are barriers, and then there's kind of a speed kill at the very end. There's more, of course, but Warped Final Calamity. Is it the one that's way over here? Sure, let's see. Ah, here you are. Okay. So the first round we're doing with Shanie. So we are going to Malediction, Faith Sesta, Depravity, and Twin Blade. And this is without Faith.
Blessings upon you.
Is she going to counter? I guess so. And I get some mana back. Not much. Alright, let's see. We have a Faithed Sesta. So this Twin Blade should do a lot of damage. We're going to Magical Smash. We'll go ahead and be knocked. And it looks like we can't have been bound, so... Or, no, not bound. I need 10 more magic points. Well, we did Malediction, lasts a few turns. Faded Love uses 45 magic. Or we could just Hammer Slam, save some magic. No, let's just redo Faded Love. Okay. Sesta should do a lot of damage here. Yep, and we hit an HP stopper and a barrier. Alright, let's see. I believe on this turn it does a knockback, so we'll do that. We'll do... I wonder if she could be knocked her way and knock out everything. Well, let's just try it. We'll do Dark Drill.
Testify.
Can she do it? Oh, wow. She didn't Barrier Pierce? I wonder if you actually have to burn through the shield. Well, let's use this opportunity to burn the gauge and get Guns' aura in here as well. So let's see. We will Crusher Blow. We'll redo Depravity. We'll do a Benoct and a Faded Love. And we'll keep Crusher Blowing. Work in a Magical Smash, Ath, and Malediction. Actually, let's do the 3s first and then the 2s. And then we can end with the 1s. So, Crusher Blow and a bunch of 3s. Crusher. Crusher. The 2s. And then all the 1s. Let's get rid of that shield. Stack that toad thing. Alright, we're doing damage again. Quite a lot of it looks like. We'll just save the Twin Blade Wolf. Hammer people, do a little unified attack. Okay. Now I believe I have a few turns in which to totally kill this guy or else he's going to kill me. I think I lose mana each turn if I remember the description right. So we will Twin Blade Wolf. We are out of Wind Zone, so we're going to need to redo that. So we'll go ahead and Dark Drill. Looks like it cleared all its debuffs. We will Benoct, and we just redid those in the AF blasts, so I guess we'll just reduce wind resistance.
Listen. These are the cries of the voiceless.
I guess the Magic Absorb just goes to the tank because of Rage. Alright, 2 turns left. We can Twin Blade, we can Dark Drill, we can Benoct, and what should we do? Another Faded Love? Why not?
Listen. These are the cries of the voiceless.
It looks like that's all we needed. I didn't check to see what turn number that was, but at no point did I really feel all that threatened. So let's restore the AF gauge really quick and do the exact same fight with Soira and just see if it seems just about as easy or if it's any more difficult. So I'll probably be doing less damage. Alright. So, Soira. And you need your Grace Armlet back. Alright. So that's really the only difference. Swapped out tanks. We'll do the same fight and see how it goes. And we're going to blow the AF gauge before the last turn. Alright. Turn 1, Foy Sincere. We are going to Faith Sesta again. Pain. And she is going to Twin Blade Wolf again.
Listen. These are the cries of the voiceless.
We don't have the benefit of Link. We don't have Overcritical. Alright. Alright, so here on turn 2, Soira has 150 mana. So she has more mana. Not really sure how. Floor Breeze it. We're going to Binoct it. We're going to Magical Smash like we did before, and Twin Blade.
These are the cries of the voiceless.
Alright, there's HP Stopper. We have a full bar again. Not sure if I missed a mechanic or not, but we didn't have to burn through all of those stacks on the barrier. Alright, what turn is this? 2 turns left. So we will Twin Blade, Dark Drill. Guess we'll Binoct again and Floor Breezed again.
Listen. These are the cries of the voiceless.
Alright, so there's the issue. Alright, the whole team has very little mana. You know, the link definitely helped with getting rid of the barrier. There's a lot more barrier stacks we have to worry about. 33 now. Alright, so let's take a look. The depravity debuff is dissipating. We can't Floor Breeze at the moment because of mana, but this is when we blew the AF gauge last time. So we are going to blow the AF gauge to last turn of Wind stance. So that means we don't want to use Twin Blade Wolf. We'll just use Crusher Blow. So we'll do Crusher Blow, Magical Smash, Athdaucus, Voice Sincere. So 1, 2, can't count today. 1, 3, 3. You know what? Let's just do the same thing as last time. It was 1, 3, 3, 3, 1, 2, 2, 2, and then all ones. So 1, 3, 3, 3, 1, 2, 2, 2, and then all ones. And we did not need Twin Blade Wolf to break through and damage the boss. And obviously this time, it probably would have been a good idea. Alright, so definitely Sesta's damage is a lot weaker with Soira. That said, so far I haven't really felt threatened either. Let's see. Looks like the debuffs have all gone away. So we'll Binoct, we'll Twin Blade, Depravity for debuff, Floor Breeze for debuff.
How's this?
Listen. These are the cries of the voiceless.
As far as tanking, Soira's doing just fine. She's still in her 8,000, 9,000 area. We're back in our win zone, which means we can Twin Blade. We did Depravity, and Pain is on there, so we'll Magical Smash. We will Binoct, and let's just Noblesse Oblige. Save some mana.
Listen. These are the cries
Alright,
of the
this should
voiceless.
knock the boss down to the countdown phase. Alright, this one's going to be a lot closer, I'm thinking. We're on turn number 7. It cleared the wind zone, so that's not good. So Crusher Blow, Dark Drill. I guess we'll Benoct. Need to do damage and Floor Breeze it. Actually, we needed Depravity, it looks like. Cleared its debuffs.
Move. Move.
The lack of mana is definitely not helping. Alright, Crusher Blow, Dark Drill. Guess we'll An or Roar, and... Voice here.
Testify.
Okay, any day, Melody, you wanna... this is not gonna be good. Alright, no wind zone. So we're gonna have to blow the AF gauge. We're gonna Benoct once, but otherwise Crusher Blow and try and burn this thing down. Yep, nowhere close. I'm assuming it's going to wipe my team next. Now you give me my win zone. Now in a real fight, I probably would have timed it better to allow for the win zone and everything. Oh. It gave me a turn 0. Unless it goes first. Well, I guess let's find out what happens. Yeah, it does go first. So in a real fight, if I had Soira, I would do my best to time it so the win zone would land, and I wouldn't use up her stacks, and I could deploy a win zone immediately. But that said, obviously, I had no trouble at all with Shanie Alter, but when I swapped out with Soira, it was kind of difficult. Let's test it one last time with Shanie. And just make sure that the first one wasn't a fluke. Okay, restore things. Let's head back. Swap out. And she need...
You really need me.
Yes, I do need you. Alright, Soira, Grace Armlet. Alright, so a little less health. Otherwise, that was the team we used before. Let's see if the fight goes as smoothly as it did the first time. Alright, so we did Malediction right away, we Faithed right away, we Depravitied, and we Twin Bladed.
Listen, these are the cries of the faceless.
Blessings upon you.
Alright, it's pretty much the same thing happened. She ran out of mana. But she counterattacked a lot, and we already have our 3 stacks of debuffs. Alright. Last time, I think we just hammer slammed to save some mana. We're going to Benoct. Actually, we might not want to be knocked. It has an HP stopper, and we're almost definitely going to hit it. So let's Athdaucus. We're going to Magical Smash and Twin Blade.
Blessings upon you.
This should be the HP stopper.
Cries of the voiceless.
I think I have 2 turns of Wind Zone left. Yep. And we saved Twin Blade on the last one, so we can use Twin Blade right now. We will Dark Drill. And we will be knocked again. And should we reduce wind resistance? Yeah, let's reduce wind resistance. I think we did something like that. And this was the moment where that shield was blocking even Twin Blade Wolf.
Listen. These are the cries of the voiceless.
Yep. But the link mechanism is reducing that shield. Instead of 44 stacks or whatever, we are down to 27 stacks. So last time, we just blew the AF gauge to work through the rest of the stacks of the shield, and we never did use Twin Blade Wolf, which, when Wind Zone ran out, Melody recast. So we did Crusher Blow and then 3s, Crusher Blow and then 2s, and then all 1s. So we'll do the same thing. 1, 3, 3, 3. 1, 2, 2, 2, and all 1s. This time we're in a Wind Zone, so we can keep the AF gauge going longer. We're doing damage now. A lot of it, so he's already defeated again. So really, I'm just kind of doing all this for no reason.
Me and you against the world.
He's going to wipe out the zone, but because she has not awakened it yet, she'll turn around and awaken it in a moment. So Shanie's Link definitely helped with that shield, and because it was sped up, we didn't have to worry about the timing for her awakened Wind Zone. So right now, no Wind Zone, but everyone has the desire, so we'll get it at the end of this turn. And because we did not use Divine Wolf, we can still Twin Blade Wolf right now. So let's see, we did Depravity. I think we went ahead and did Benoct anyway. And since we did both of those, I think we did Toad to start debuffing.
Listen. These are the cries of the voiceless.
Alright, we should get our Awakened Wind Zone back. There it is. We got some mana back too. And mind you, at no point have I felt the need to even use the burst. So, we can Twin Blade, we can Dark Drill, we can Benoct, and we still can't cast the Toad thing. So I think, last time I think I just redid Fated Love, something like that. Well, let's just do that one.
Listen. These are the cries.
Oh yeah, she sliced it up so bad she didn't even need the last 2 attacks. Alright, now, this is just one single boss. All bosses have different mechanics, but this one, obviously, it went a lot more smoothly with Alter Shanie tanking. And I definitely liked the increase in damage for Sesta. So I might have to play around with this team for a while. Still not sure exactly how squishy she is compared to Soira. There were a few times where her health definitely went a lot lower than Soira's ever did. But the trade-off, the damage, well, I just destroyed that thing twice in a row with relative ease. So, well, I'll let you all draw your own conclusions, but at the moment, I'm thinking this lineup probably, at least for me, is going to be the best wind team I can form for a while. And in times where I need Soira's Noblesse Oblige repeatedly, I'd probably swap her out, but I'd go with this one for a while. I'm very close to level 82, and of course, as I level, stats are going to go up, HP is going to go up, and if I ever do decide to blow some more Luring Shadow points, or maybe use the 5 free points that you get each month, could eventually add some more luck through the Stellar board. So, well, not sure if there's much else to say. It's getting kind of late at night, but at least with one single boss, Shanie made it a lot easier than Soira did. And I was trying. I wasn't trying to fudge anything. This is genuine video here. So, now that said, also, I'm noticing the light and shadow points. Soira, because I pull her all the time, has 172 light points. So, 289 versus, whoops. If I ran a red key dungeon right now, I would not get all 3 rewards, so not that I run it with this team anyway, but just saying, you know, whenever you swap out characters, do pay attention to that. I can't tell you how many times I've lost out on a reward or two, particularly with the 2-key green dungeons when I dropped below 360. So, oh well. Anyway, I hope all this rambling and testing has maybe given you some insight on the Shanie versus Soira, and possibly even the Yipha versus Melpiphia debates. And yeah, we'll go with that. Hope this helps. Casual Crono, signing out.